Hey team, welcome back to Starcom, the unknown sector, where last time we finished this area up except for that one roll. We did some mining and we shut down the Red Raiders with the Rhine Bros. And we got our fixed guns and pretty much finished those up. One more run of the fixed gun and it'd be done. That's some good rhyming convention, son. Oh, what? I got the freestyle out today. Alright, props propulsion. Conundrum. Spacing. God damn it. Insufficient resources. Not enough gold. We do not have the gold. I need one slot. That's good enough for now. Alright. So we got 4 engines, we got 2 wings, and we have the Aletheia to rescue. Or, I guess not rescue, but check in and see what is up. Damn, it took a lot of energy. No, it doesn't even have the energy to sustain the 4 engines. Damn it. So we need another reactor, it looks like. We also need more space. That's odd, I'm detecting a void drag effect, but the nearest celestial object on the scanners is too far away. Maybe a rogue planet or other dark object? So it found what? Dark object chilling around somewhere? As we explore this region, it may be useful to make log entries of observations or things you think we should return to. Yeah, I mean, shit, why not? There, what are you? A diamond or a polyhedral. This must be the source of the gravitational distortions. Scanners show it's hundreds of times denser than solid neutronium. This massive artifact, several hundred kilometers along its long axis, is composed of an unknown material. Ensign Galise determines that there is a door, but a component to operate it is missing. Based on the live connections, the required piece is triangular in shape and capable of conducting several hundred terawatts. Okay. Triangle MacGuffin. Got it. Uh-oh. Not a derelict. That's blue. We find the Aletheia? This scout ship has no armaments, so it must have been a one-sided fight. This wreck is fairly recent. It looks like it experienced explosive decompression during combat. Can't hit it. Fair enough. Thank the stars. I was afraid we were going to have to go back the long way. This is an area that the Aletheia was reportedly investigating. Okay, so where is it? A cluster of carved stone pyramids are the only markers of civilization on this planet. Penetrating radar shows the structure had interior cavities at one point, but since been filled in. Small glyphs along the protruding edges register as writing with the universal translator. The text repeats, and from his chariot the Telonian pierced the sun with his lance, and then the scintillating jewel, like a lure, with his lance he cast the jewel into the hidden sea. Its light illuminating distant new shores, but the shores left behind were now in darkness. Well, that sounded super allegorical, or some shenanigan. That sounded super allegorical, space, metaphorical. I lost my ability to freestyle, apparently. We're done. Faithful. Zealot. Oh, we found the space cult already, son of a bitch. You have the markings of the blasphemer who scraped forbidden relics from sacred worlds. You are condemned as the heretics of the Empire to burn. Make your choice, accept the blessing of the remnants, and become one in understanding, or reject them and perish here. Well, being the smartass that I am, are you asking us to convert or die, or convert and then die? Like the heretics of the Empire, your questions blind you from the truth. Surrender yourself. I want to go with, I took that personally, and then I started blasting. Oh, so we all just have big guns, huh? That's how we're all doing this. Got it. We're all just blasting away. If they ain't got no engine, they can't come at me to blast. A douche, I love it. Yeah, it's gonna be the only problem is the guns are going to get shot and slow down their shooties in response to being shot. God damn, they do wreck shit. Oh my god. Rolled right through them. Biggest guns, good choice. Once we get, you know, a bigger ship, and we can fit it out with more. The markings on the devout ships are similar to those on the ship that destroyed Mia Station, but they seem to be orders of magnitude weaker in terms of combat strength. Well, that's actually a good thing, because if they weren't, I'd be dead. This is an old impact crater, and Empirics notes the lack of erosive forces belies its true age. These jag upthrusts will take hundreds of millennia to wear down. At the center of the crater is a recent excavation site. Its familiar layout suggests a Starcom survey team excavated whatever was here. Suppose we can delete that log since we did find the void whatchamajiggle. The void distortion. There we go. This is Captain Dolson, commander of the Aletheia. It's good to see another Starcom vessel. While investigating an anomaly, we were confronted by a group of vessels identifying themselves as of the Devout. I'm not sure what we said wrong, but they started firing on us. They caught us by surprise, and our reactor took heavy damage. Do you need an escort back? Good of you to offer, but unless we encounter larger numbers, we should be all right. I didn't expect an attack, which is my own fault. We'll be ready next time. Tell the Aletheia's commander about the wormhole gateways. So Rama was right. Well, that's good news. Well, this good news will shorten our travel time back quite a bit. Thanks for the information. Did you find anything during your interrupted survey? As a matter of fact, we did. When we were attacked, we had just finished investigating a reliquary in a meteor crater. Some interesting scrolls and strange objects. We haven't been able to analyze it due to the damage. We'll transfer it to your ship. That's not what I wanted. I want to hit the Z key. And I want to go into my cargo hold. An intricate object composed of nested triangles made of an unknown material. The Aletheia reported that they recovered it during an anomaly survey. The material has close to zero resistance. Conducting all of the ship's free energy through it didn't even make it warm. The anomaly is difficult to spot from the air. The lander makes several passes before Ensign Kepler spots the target. From a distance, it looks like an abandoned outpost that's gradually being erased by the elements. Up close, it's apparent that the structure's surface had been camouflaged to the color and texture of the surrounding rock. Most of the useful equipment has been removed, but an unusual object directly connected to some tools of an unknown purpose were left behind. Not far from the platform, there are some containers with the same camouflage treatment. Iridescent globe. It's a cache of shipbuilding components. Probably whoever left this base didn't have time or space for them. Alright, so we have the triangle MacGuffin. An irregular spheroid of an unknown composition. Its color changes with shifting light. The object has the ability to change the color properties of certain hardened materials. There we go. And then we take this doodad back. The legendary steed of Wiskamug. The hell is that? What the hell? Well, you seem neutral so far. It is I, Whisk-a-Mug. No doubt you thought me merely a legend, but trust that I am real. I have no idea who that is. Surely you cannot be the Whisk-a-Mug. Indeed, I confess that I am envious of you, having the pleasure of meeting one you thought a myth, who has the pleasure of making my acquaintance. You wouldn't have heard of us. I'm Commander Rask, commander of the Atlas. Such a modesty recommends you. Someday songs will be sung of Commander Rask, who met Whisk-a-Mug, hero of 1,000 years, champion of 1,000 worlds. What a peculiar individual. Yeah, that's putting it lightly. Dude's huffing his own shit harder than those smug people in South Park, San Francisco, and their electronic vehicles. Using the triangular object obtained from the Aletheia, the team is able to close the connection and a huge frictionless surface slides away, allowing the survey lander access to the interior. Inside is a massive space that seems even larger than the exterior. Despite expanding in all directions, every path seems to converge at a single point, a small platform at the center of an unsettling geometry. At its center is a black sphere. As the team approaches, the structure seems to shift in impossible ways. Suddenly, all of the shapes seem to align perfectly in every dimension, and the sphere begins to expand. The team hastily retreats, but every path leads back inward. Just as the sphere seems about to engulf the lander, the craft and the team find themselves back outside the structure. I'm detecting a buildup of energy from inside the artifact. Oh, she gonna blow? She gonna blow? Ah! Well, that was anticlimactic. The artifact has discharged a massive amount of energy. We just discovered half a dozen previously unknown particles. RTB, baby. We gotta find the new MacGuffin to go try to find or whatever. I don't know. I'm sure they'll give us something to do. Something to do or explore. Hey, Greer Bros, we found a thing y'all might want to check out. We encountered a group who call themselves the Devout. Do you know them? They are a fanatical religious group that formed in the very late Empire. They either flourished in the vacuum created by its fall, or their appearance triggered it. Both theories have some evidence to support. Interacting with remnant artifacts, even the gateways, is forbidden by anyone but their own priests. Deep study of their mysteries is forbidden. We do not get along with them. What's a Starlance? A remnant artifact. Details are vague, but they apparently are quite massive and powerful. The earliest account we found describes them as taking the beating heart of a star, casting it into a jewel. Old Empire is frustratingly allegorical, but we would very much like to examine such an artifact. Yeah, I know. I noticed the allegories, man. That was rough to read. Their ships had markings similar to vessels that easily destroyed one of our stations. Could it have been one of theirs? If the station was anything like your Solano, that seems well beyond their known capabilities. Their strengths lie more in quantity rather than quality. But we have heard reports that the Devout have made several recent discoveries that they are in the process of weaponizing. It is possible this ship is an advanced prototype for their new fleet. If so, that is a terrifying development. Until now, they've been forced to rely on demagoguery and proselytizing to expand their sphere of influence. You know anything about Whiskamug? The legendary Whiskamug? We have not had dealings with this entity. There are a variety of stories, but most are implausible at best. The most reliable information we have is that he is presently a trader, specifically a trader of weapon components. The provenance of these items is dubious, since he seldom seems to be in possession of a complete system. But if you are having trouble finding a tactical artifact for research purposes, his wares are apparently genuine, if exorbitantly priced. Hey, we got all the thingamajiggles from them, that's cool. And speaking of, how much copper do we have? Emir had some things to buy, right? A low-powered energy cell, probably used to keep very low energy usage components powered for a long period of time. Power interface. Cylindrical power coupling 5 centimeters in diameter. Designed to keep sudden energy surges from dangerously overloading bridge controls. Our systems obviously have a similar component, but there are some interesting new ideas in this one. Commodore Yu, excellent work finding the Aletheia. You've proven quite capable, but it's a relief to know we'll have a second ship nearby when you continue your exploration of this space. Now that your command crew have a bit of experience in the field, I'm assigning them a small team of support personnel for the Atlas. They won't participate in survey missions, but will speed up ship repairs. I see you've taken a break from blowing stuff up to make an actual interesting discovery. The polyhedra artifact you activated seems to discharge energy on the scale of a large solar flare every 14.3 seconds, yet with minimal ionizing radiation. The new elementary particles it unveiled are quite intriguing. Thanks. Does this mean you're going to be less condescending? I'll be less condescending today. If you want me to be friendly tomorrow, make another discovery that changes our understanding of physics. So what actually is it? It's obviously well beyond our technology. With the brief amount of time I've had with the data, I've come up with 2 hypotheses. One, it's some kind of bacon. The exotic particles it produces would be unmistakable at any distance. Another possibility is that while the object generates a very large amount of energy, perhaps that energy is only part of the equation. Perhaps it requires some additional input, either information, material, or even more energy to start whatever process it is designed for. But frankly, this is just speculation. The who and the why of the artifact are of secondary importance. Those particles illuminating our reality are what interest me. I've taken a look at the iridescent artifact you found. I've actually seen something like it in the Gemini shipyards back home. It was used for custom coloring of luxury vessels. Can we make use of it? I sent the details over to the lab. If you research chroma plating, you'll be able to customize your ship's color scheme. Why would it be on a hidden outpost? Camouflaged ships? Doesn't seem particularly useful as camouflage in space. since it just changes color and does nothing for the heat signature. It is possible someone was working on a cloaking device, and this is as far as their research took them. Or maybe they're just fashion forward. I must say this little object you found is full of surprises. It is not simply a puzzle. The complex rules governing the movement of shapes are a way of encoding information. It's done in quite a clever way. Solving a particular shape requires providing proof of knowledge in a geometric form. What sort of knowledge? Well, that's where things get really interesting. The initial configuration of the puzzle, which is really more of a codex, reminded me of the equation Rama uncovered to control the gateways. So I tried solving the puzzle for the gateways we know about, and out popped a new equation. I've sent the coordinates to your first officer. I'll continue to investigate the codex. In the meantime, please be sure to thank Dr. Rama for directing this toy my way. You're trying to rub it in her face, aren't you? I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about. Sure you don't. And so endeth the fixed guns. Damn, okay. Now what? Now what are we going to roll out? Sensors. Yeah, scanners seem to be a good idea. Scanner. Further extends the maximum viewport. Meh. Increases speed of planetary scans and landings. Meh. Increases the range we can detect other vessels. Sure. Fog overlay in the map. Meh. Trade analysis. Sure. Tractor beam doodads. Strange attractors. Additional attractors. Yeah, you know what? We'll just run up the list. Slow and sure. Slow and steady. Steady and whatever. Yay, more personnel to manage. You don't need to concern yourself with the support personnel, but they'll help with ship operations and speed up repairs. Okie dokie. And as we upgrade our bridge, Selena will be able to assign us more personnel. Cool. Seems some climate disaster in the past century caused much of the surface of this planet to flood. Judging from the visible technology, the planet was in a pre-space era. The team lands atop one of the few tall structures to protrude above the sea surface, within which the anomaly signal originates. As Ensign Galise examines the architecture, a trapdoor suddenly opens, plunging them into briny water. Before the team can react, they are dragged off into a submerged building by crab-like creatures wielding some kind of spear guns. Fortunately, Ensign Galise's suit telemetry shows they are unhurt, and still with several hours of oxygen. Triton, you let me down. Triton's efforts are met first with confusion, then increased hostility. After several unfortunate mistranslations, the aliens refuse to surrender Ensign Galise. A more forceful approach may be the only option. Unfortunately, the team may have lost the element of surprise. So they got crab people. Crab people. Yeah, you know what? Start blasting. Fuck it. Based on the aliens' observed physiology, Ensign Rhea correctly guessed that a series of low-energy electrical pulses would stun them, allowing the team to enter and disarm the aliens. By the time they recovered their senses, the captors had become the prisoners. The creatures offer their apologies and reparations for the misunderstanding. Got me some aluminum. Aluminium. Got me some aluminum from their bullshittery. You know, I just thought of something. A totes my goats. Let's see, deja vu. These containers have similar markings to the one spilled by the cargo ship near Mia. I wonder how they got here. I did the research for the scanners. Forgot to put the scanner on my ship. genius. Purely a genius. I don't think target locking does anything for the long guns. It definitely doesn't seem to make them more accurate. Rather not get near the explosive barrels. This is the only instance that having a turret would be handy. Several hundred square kilometers of this planet's surface are scarred with meteor impact craters. Most of the craters have little to no debris, the meteorite having vaporized on impact. But in some, a chunk of the slag remains. The team conducts a series of short flights on the lander, easily gathering them up. Cool. My issue is perpetually power at the moment, I think. Alright, so let's head back to base. We got a star there, we got a star there. We could run around the circle here. And check to see if there's anything close by. Starcom components. Some equipment with a Starcom marking. How do we go about plugging this son of a bitch in there, you know what I mean? I guess it will just have to take the place of one of those. What do you want, Dr. Rama? Our sensors have picked up an unusual multimodal Cepheid variable dwarf star. These are very rare in our universe, and we've never had a chance to study one up close. I suggested to Commodore Yu that it made an excellent scientific opportunity if the Atlas investigated it. What did he say? He did not seem particularly receptive to the idea. His words were, if it won't lead us to more remnant artifacts, or reopening the wormhole, I don't want Commander Rask wasting valuable time on your academic research, or something to that effect. Maybe the remnants really like these cephalopod vagrant stars. Of course I gotta pick that. That's not what they're called, but yes, that was my thinking. We know nothing about whoever made these artifacts, except for they were exceptionally intelligent. I'm exceptionally intelligent, and I'm very interested in the Cepheid variable star. I'll transmit the coordinates to Lieutenant Avery. I should mention that one of Commodore Yu's objections was that the star is not particularly close to any discovered gateway. Which means I got a long drive to get to it, is what you're telling me? Not as encompassing or covering, but it does now give me lateral thrusting options. Okay, that star's a bit further than Dr. Rama's nearby qualifier. Yeah, it is. I've seen this kind of controller used in military division and some research projects. Extremely high energy, but impractical as a weapon. That must be from the thing I just analyzed. Alright, so... just out of curiosity... how much scanning range do we have? 1100? Meh, whatever. Let's just go over to this star since we already started that adventure. Didn't take us too long to get there. Yeah, still the power issues, that's right. We got a flinger at least. An ancient stone pyramid rises out of the thick mountain jungle. Entrance mostly overgrown, but easily detected by the lander's scanners. Have the team explore the structure. At one point, the interior was equipped with sophisticated technological furnishings, most of which have been stripped away by looters or archaeologists. This academy was dedicated to the study of the wormhole gateways. They made some dramatic insights shortly before research stopped abruptly. Some documents stored in low-res holographic crystals remain. As Ensign Triton explains, this was an academic institute devoted to the study of remnant and their artifacts. Cool. Five more landing majiggles for another level up. The anomaly turns out to be a disappointingly small chunk of aluminum, barely enough to register with the scanner. The aluminum tease. The aluminum tease is strong. They're making an effort to flatter us by using our language, but it's just confusing the translator. They're asking if we are available for freelance work. Commander Rask, we've heard the Alice explores many sectors, even off the main routes. We have a replacement delivery for a carrier that has gone missing, and destination is off our route. Is your lance unhired? What's the delivery? Medical supplies, nothing restricted, all above the table, as you say. Colony has an outbreak of gallium crystal parasites, not dangerous to carbon life. How much would you pay us? 50% of our commission, 10 units of gold. Alright, we'll do it, whatever. Very good. Transmitting the cargo to your hold now, and transmitting the delivery coordinates. Find any CXTA agent after the delivery for payment. Paymentu. Or toll. Something weird over there. A large antenna structure is the only technological object on this rocky planet. Sensors detect regular, long-range transmissions of unknown context. The outside surface is covered in glyphs that the Universal Translator interprets as roughly meaning sincere warning, danger on opening, high energy, a risk from tampering. Scans detect platinum and copper. I think the translator is off on this one. It's closer to devout warning, heretic portal opening monitor, attack response on tamper detected. Police, analyze that bitch. And fail. Purpose of the antenna is unclear, but barring some well-hidden booby traps, the antenna's energy levels are not dangerous. Yeah, dismantle that sumbitch. Team is able to extract a significant amount of copper and a modest amount of platinum from the antenna. Predictably, it stops broadcasting during the operation. I don't give a shit what the devout want. Organic compounds useful for synthesizing a wide range of medical treatments for a silicone-based life form. Oh, they already showed up. They were like, hey, stop messing around with our portal. But then I started blasting. They got missiles, do they? They got some missiles, do they? It doesn't matter what they have. They got done wrecked. Who needs turrets when you got guns that can travel half the damn screen? Or more than half the screen. They can travel the entire screen. The structure is a crude facsimile of a remnant gateway. Crude compared to the remnants, I mean, it would be a major engineering feat for Starcom. The large artifact is quite advanced, but it is at least within the technological space we can comprehend. Glyphs on the structure's surface translate to heretic portal. There is an interface for remote access, but the directions for access seem to be encrypted. Stochastic analysis suggests one-time pad encryption. We won't break it without the key. Alright, so that's something, another MacGuffin we gotta find. Some kind of key. The material is incredibly hard, but interior monomolecular fibers allow it to flex under stress. The macrostructure was probably reconfigurable. In short, nearly the perfect building material. No idea how it was made. A lone pillar rises out of the desert sands. Analysis reveals it to be composed of a highly resilient composite. Deep scans show more structures buried beneath the sands, but far too deep to excavate. Based on our prior studies, I think that might be the first example of late Fallen Empire architecture we've seen. I hope to find more examples for comparison. What is a Brogdar bark? An island archipelago is dotted with settlements that defy standard technological progression analysis. They have not achieved spaceflight or any flight beyond simple gliders, but they have other technologies only a few decades behind our own. Despite their lack of rocketry, they give the survey lander arrival only modest attention. Representatives of the local potentate greet the team. Via the translator, she explains that they have access to resources they know only star travelers prize greatly and are happy to trade. While their monetary base is silver, they particularly need aluminum for their gliders, which are their primary form of transportation. Alright, so they want aluminiums. We have plenty of that. You want some of the aluminum? You want some of the aluminum? You know what? Let's reset that. We'll just go reasonably to 40. You know what we could do? We could buy a Churlite. Get another reactor running. CXTA hauler. Oh, you aren't going to be friendly, are you? You don't look it. What is this? A little ship all by its lonesome? No devout insignia? No mere escort? Your markings are of no faction we recognize. Is there no one who protects you? Do not be afraid. We will make sure you are safe by us. Protection from what? Seems our universal translator has inadvertently conveyed our message with the subtle implication of a threat. Such is the problem with these devices. Safe by us should have been translated as safe from us. The threat was meant to be explicit and unambiguous. Give us money or we will hurt you. I apologize for any confusion. Well, aren't they the nicest pirates I'm about to tell to go to hell? How can you put such a low price on your safety? Our scanners show that we will find a great deal more than 3 gold in salvage on your ship. Alternatively, I could take that personally and just start blasting. I mean, sure, you got the big show. Oh, what the hell? I mean, sure, you got the bigger ship, but you know what they say. Compensating for something. It's small, but she's got teeth. Don't worry. You're gonna get okay. Definitely do not get hit by whatever the fuck that is. Got it. You know what? I think we're just gonna leave. CXTA, bro, I do not mean to drag you into this. Jesus, what is this aimbot bullshit? Okay, I think I might have made us a mistake. Maybe I should have just paid them the 3 gold that I did not have. Power issues, man. Power issues. Yeah, it's power issues. I can't do anything. It's quite obnoxious, actually. Really? How long are we going to be on fire for? Let's fucking go. We're just leaving. We'll be back. We'll be back in a minute. Hopefully. a bigger ship is what I need. Okay, so those things are nasty. Whatever the hell they're firing isn't cool. I will say that. But that is what I need right there. Boom. Brogdar chest. The chest lock is secure with a unique biometric encryption protocol. The encryption protocol is unbreakable. Fortunately, the chest was not. Drilled out the lock gave us access to a planetary survey log. The log shows a landing on a particular oceanic planet. I've marked the location on the map. A lightweight glider, surprisingly sophisticated aerodynamics, optimized for a dense atmosphere, a nearly 200-to-1 glide ratio in ideal conditions. The archive describes attempts to extract the location of redacted artifact from a group of Arcadian pilgrims. They were only able to piece together a confused reference to the beating heart of a dead star. What was I doing? I totally blanked out. Holy shit. Okay, so shipyard. Energy production. Problem. Bigly problem. Missing a piece somewhere. What did I mess up? Or did I gain an extra piece by getting rid of some of that? Gained an extra piece, got some armor. Let's see what I can do. I should actually put something there, shouldn't I? Because I don't want one of those rail shots running through my Kaku pit. Kakola pit. Yeah, that might be bad for my health, so I'll bet. Yeah, screw it. Back to the Brogdeer to see if we can bang them out. 160 points, what can we do with that? $160 points, what can we do? Battle stations. Our crew give brief surges and repair. Well, let's go. Let's go, battle station boosts. Our crew now has battle stations training. This allows them brief but significant boosts to ship's operation. This will speed up repairs, energy production, and efficacy of damaged components. Sounds like a big ol' hell yeah to me. Yeah, we blast him now, boy, what? That? Can you get out of the fucking way? I'm trying to battle here and it's just some bullshit inside my screen. I mean, yeah, okay. I don't care how scary your cannons are if I strip them down. I strip you down to nothing. You are bitch made, sir. I shoot at thee. Losing some engines. Seems like you're having a little bit of problem. Oh. Oh. She's got some teeth. My small little ship. Giving you an issue, Mr. Pirates. I told you I'd be back. You didn't believe me. But why would I lie? Good shot through the center. They are some nasty-ass snipers with those big cannons, I'll tell you what. Oh, you're showing me your ass, huh? Battle stations, repair the guns. And then blast their guns. Man, fixed guns was the best fucking choice. Wildly best choice, my opinion. Yeah, I know they get... Okay, good shot, son. It's like, yeah, I know they get messed up if they get hit, like so, but they also give me the most standoff range and pretty damn good damage. Other things will probably take over later, I would assume. As far as efficacy, maybe. Oh, we're blasting again. I mean, what? We stripped and ripped it, and it's got nothing. Y'all must be pissed y'all can't do this. No, I'm not paying y'all. What the hell? Like, what? You're clearly losing this fight. You realize that, right? This should be painfully obvious. One would hope you could figure that out. Got an iridium from them. Well, maybe fighting these things is the way to go. God damn, the aimbot. It's aimbot son of a bitch. Yeah, remember what they said about big ships back in Spain in what? 1500s? 1600s? I don't know. Francis Drake when? Ow. I felt that. I felt that for that crew, man. Francis Drake when? Running circles around the galleons with his small ships. Teaching the Spanish Armada a thing or two. Size isn't everything. Maneuverability also counts. Although they are actually faster and more maneuverable than I am. Truthfully. Funnily enough. Like, for as big as they are, they turn on a dime. They look like a steakhouse, but they handle like a bistro. And now they don't handle at all. However, the Atlas's support personnel has been critically injured. Ship repairs will be slightly degraded until we return to the Solano. Okay, let's clean this area. And then we will head back to base, because that is a good place to take a pause. She's a little predator. A heavy research ship has been stripped of its drives and is buried as a makeshift bunker. Judging from the incursions of flora into the support system, it's been unoccupied for some time. A full search of the space turns up nothing of value, although an interior wall of one of the cabins is covered with writing. Ensign Triton concludes that someone was working on translating a fragment from yet another language. Their most complete effort reads, Lab 3, Generation 3 clones, Capsule ?30, Stable sterile, marker inserted, Capsule 109, Stable, sterile, marker inserted, Capsule 228, near match to reference sample, live, marker inserted. Have the team return. Okay, I don't know what the hell any of that meant. This could be interesting. Okay, I love how it shoved it out of the way. The legendary steed of Whiskey Mug. Okay, I think with that, what I'm going to do is actually take a break. So y'all stay safe out there. Have a good one. We'll be back for more shenanigans in a bit.